Hey guys, welcome back to another G-Mineo video. I'm your editor Joe, and today we're talking remasters. There is a lot of games that need to be remastered, but many people view remasters as companies just trying to make a quick buck. Honestly, for me, it's a great way to revisit the games that I love in a higher definition. And it allows a younger audience who may not have played that game to get to experience it, play through the game, and see why we felt it was so special. The first game that I think that should be remastered is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This is my favorite game of all time, and while it was remastered for the Nintendo 3DS, that wasn't a system that a lot of people could buy, so not a lot of people got the chance to play that game. This could be a simple 3DS port to the Nintendo Switch, or it could be something even grander. Take a look at this fan-made remaster of Ocarina of Time using the Unreal Engine. Compared to the original, it's simply beautiful. And with the fantastic gameplay and story that was the original game, this could be an experience that blows away the people who play it. Now, this fan-made game is A, not legal, and B, it's not perfect. Some of the graphics look a little out of place. If you look at games such as Hyrule Warriors, the 3D models and textures seem to be a lot more polished, and they look a little bit better translated to mesh 3D modeling. There's more artistry in the 3D models in Hyrule Warriors, but this is an excellent basis for showing what an HD remaster, a modern day remaster like Final Fantasy VII, would look like for Ocarina of Time. The next game that I would want to see remastered is the whole Mother series, and I think this could use a whole overhaul. Personally, I love the 8-bit games, but I think there's a way to translate them. One of my favorite remasters of the past few years was Link's Awakening. I loved the claymation style. I loved the way they added lighting to the scenes. I loved the way they used shallow depth of field to make everything feel miniature. And I think an art style like this could really translate well to an RPG like Mother. For number 3, I'm going to give you a double whammy. I think both of these games were a great base for what could have been amazing games. But because of limited graphics, limited mechanics, limited budgets, and crunch culture, the games didn't come out well. These games are the Nicktoons Unite series and the Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion series. Nicktoon Unite is a great base for a story that unites all of these great stories between cartoons. The cartoons that you loved as a kid. And they could bring in even more cartoons. There's many remasters that add more characters and add DLC, and having high rendered character models for these characters that you love and know would really sweep people off their feet. These series have gone for a long time, including Fairly OddParents and SpongeBob. Not only would you be getting an older audience that's nostalgic for it, but you'd be getting this newer audience as well. With Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, it's just Super Smash Bros., but with Cartoon Network characters. Can you imagine how great that would be? And all the characters that you could put in there. With the Cartoon Network cast of characters, it could be a game that could easily outdo Smash. And personally, in an era where Super Smash Bros. Ultimate just feels floaty and geared towards button mashing, a game like this could really stand out. There's a lot of room for adding characters that weren't in the original games, and just imagine the possible crossovers. With fine-tuned mechanics, this could be a great game where you could get to play as some of your favorite characters. Also, I think it would be a great idea to add in a story mode similar to how Smash has it. With the deep lore that Cartoon Network already has, you could easily create a story that outshines Smash Bros. Ultimate. Number 4. We need a remaster of Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. This game was so much fun when I was a kid, but the limited graphics and the limited items that could be destroyed was kind of the downfall of this game. Imagine this game done by Insomnia and set in the same city built for Spider-Man PS4. The Hulk jumping from building to building, destroying things as he goes, throwing cars at enemies. It could create an incredible open world game that everybody would love. Not only that, but I think the world of Spider-Man PS4 could really be enhanced by adding more Avengers characters, expanding the video game world. Because, look, that Avengers game, while it looked good and there was some redeeming qualities, most people didn't like it, and the story was kind of boring. But with what Insomnia did with the character of Spider-Man, and how they changed things along the way to give you a different story than what you already knew, I think this treatment of Hulk could be really, really interesting. And also, it would be refreshing because it would be different from the movies. Last, but certainly not least, number 5. This game is really personal and near and dear to my heart. And I am so frustrated that we haven't had a remaster. We need a remaster and compilation of all 3 Viewtiful Joe games. Viewtiful Joe was an incredible game series. It had an exciting concept that we hadn't seen before in a game. It had an entertaining art style. The mechanics were really interesting. And honestly, making a remaster of this game could bring the franchise back. Viewtiful Joe is up there with some of the greatest game series of all time. Its sense of humor and wonder are just perfect. It's basically Shaun of the Dead, which was one of the greatest movies of all time, in a video game form. So those are the top 5 games that I think need to be remastered. Let me know down in the comments below what games you'd like to be remastered. But with all that being said, I'm your editor Joe, game it until you make it, and I'll see you guys next time.